meeting of the 2019 year and rescheduled from last year. Glad each and every one of you are here. As we usually do, customary for us, we start each meeting with an invocation and a pledge of allegiance. We'll be led in invocation tonight by Reverend John Brown, who is Associate Pastor at Vineville United Methodist Church. And we've got two Girl Scouts that are with us and going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So would you please stand as you are able for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance?
Let us pray. Creator God, source of our strength and hope for our tomorrows, we thank you for the possibilities within our community. You have called all people to lives of righteousness and justice. You have called all people to lives of peace and wholeness. But we confess that sometimes we have cared more for lofty places than we have for places of service. We confess that sometimes we have worked more for power than we have for purpose. Lord, bless us now, those who gather in this place. Give the gifts of discernment. Give the gifts of wisdom. Give the gifts of vision. To those who lead here, grant the patience of cooperation. When there is debate here, grant clarity and thought. To those who make decisions here, grant the courage for truth. Keep ever before us the broken places of our life together, the places of despair and disappointment. Set our ears to hear the cry of the poor. Set our eyes to see the needs of the sick. Set our hearts to beat in rhythm with yours, and blend us with all people of goodwill, both in this place and beyond, in order that Macon-Bibb might be a signal of hope and fulfillment for the world. Holy God, hear our prayer, and it's in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Be seated. Our invocation tonight was given by John Brown, and John, thank you very much for being here. John deserves a special word of thanks because he has two members of the commission under his care and Chevy, Commissioner Jones and myself are two of his sheep that he tries to tend and keep on the straight and narrow. So thank you for being here with us tonight, John. We appreciate it. And our two Girl Scouts, Brittany Thomas, would you raise your hand? Brittany Thomas. There's Brittany Thomas. Brittany Thomas is a senior at Central High School, where she serves as captain of the Marching Sugar Bear Band. Brittany is also a member of Girl Scout Troop 60206 and the Madison Dance Studio Senior Ensemble. In the fall, she plans to attend the University of West Georgia to pursue a degree in elementary education. Leah Mays, there's Leah, is a 12th grader at the Academy for Classical Education. She participates in cheerleading, mock trial, and helps out with the after-school program. Leah enjoys reading, learning French. Parlez-vous français? Oui, on peut. Oui, and hanging out with friends. She hopes to attend a post-secondary institution and major in marketing and advertising, minor in business. So thank you both for being here. And this day and age when we hear so much bad about the young people, it's great to see two such successful students doing great things. And thank you for being here with us tonight. Good luck on your future educational endeavors. Next item on our agenda, approval of the minutes. Our minutes of the pre-commission meeting held on December the 18th and our regular commission meeting held on December the 18th have been prepared and distributed. If there are any changes or corrections, I'll entertain those now. If not, can I get a motion to approve? Is motion by Shepard, second by Schlesinger. All in favor of approval of the minutes, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the minutes of those two meetings are approved. Well, there are no invited guests that I'm aware of tonight, but each and every one of you are welcome, and we're glad that you are here with us. There are no requests to speak on an agenda item because we do have an abbreviated an agenda. There is, however, a late addition, and I need, for technical purposes, to get a motion to add an item to our agenda tonight, which is the resolution regarding the contract with Home First that was discussed earlier. Got a motion to add by Commissioner Schlesinger, second by Commissioner Allen. All in favor of adding that item to our agenda under old business, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that will be the only item on the old business agenda. So moving forward, then, reports from standing committees is the next item, but none of our committees met last week because it was Christmas. And Christmas came on Tuesday the 25th, and so none of the committees met, so there's no report from Operations and Finance, no report from Economic and Community Development, no report from Public Safety, and no report from Facilities and Engineering. So that takes us next then on the agenda for tonight to the consent agenda. And the consent agenda is for an alcohol beverage license that is submitted by Metro Diner at 3710 Northside Drive, 3710 Northside Drive. It is accompanied by the application to the business licensing department to certify that the fees have been paid. It is for beer and wine to be consumed on the premises at that location. This is actually a change in agent. They had an existing license, and this is a change of agent. There is a sheriff's certification as to a successful background check of the applicant and the new agent. The zoning compliance is here again, as well as the certification from the engineer's office that it complies with all of the requirements, and that's good since it's an existing alcohol beverage location. And all we're doing is changing the license and the ad that ran in the Telegraph these two times. The Committee of the Whole recommends that we issue this license as requested. Is there further discussion? If not, all in favor of issuing the license, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that license will be issued as requested. That takes us then to an item of old business regarding Home First Housing and a contract with them for counseling services, and I'll ask the clerk to read that by caption.
A resolution of the Macon-Bibb County Commission to authorize the mayor to execute agreement with Home First Housing Resource Services Incorporated to provide housing counseling services with funding provided by the Community Development Block Grant Funds in the amount of $68,152 and for other purposes.
The Committee of the Whole recommends approval. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. That's the only item of old business, so that takes us now to new business. There is one item of new business that has been prepared by the attorney's office and sent down, and that is an ordinance to approve a budget amendment to the FY19 budget of the Solid Waste Management Fund, as indicated in the attached Exhibit A, to account for the reorganization of departments related to contract changes with Advanced Disposal Services, Inc., and to prepare for quarterly billing for FY20 to include new software. I'm going to refer that to the Operations and Finance Committee, and they will take that up along with other items of business that may come down during the remainder of this week. Next Tuesday morning, that'll be the 8th, in the committee meeting room behind us. So be sure and check the agenda that will come out on Friday afternoon so that you can see all of the items of new business that would be referred and taken up by committees next week when they begin at 9 o'clock in the morning next Tuesday the 8th. That brings us now to the final item on our agenda, and that is public comments on non-agenda items. And we have a couple of people that signed up that wanted to talk to us. First, Donald Richardson is here and wants to give us some grassroots reflections. Mr. Richardson, as always, sir, it's a pleasure to have you here. You're recognized for 5 minutes. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Same to you. The first book of Moses called Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image, for in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them.
Mr. Renton, thank you very much, and it's always good for us to reflect on that. We appreciate your time and coming to share with us.
All right, thank you.
Next, got Mr. Willie Frazier. who is concerned about some of the crimes that have been happening here in Macon recently. Mr. Frazier, thank you for being here with us, sir. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. My heart goes out here to the city of Macon, and loving this city and you leaders and you people of the city of Macon. I am totally concerned. I was, I'm always reading and I'm always studying, and I was looking at a thing that Miss Slocum had put on her page earlier about, downtown Macon having this place that's maybe a bowling alley and another place to hang out. And it's beautiful downtown. I like all of the things that are being done. I stand with it and for it, and I'm all for it. But my heart won't let me look away from the idea that also downtown, recently, in the past couple of weeks, we've had 2 killings and 2 murders here in our downtown. And I feel some type of way because we got to change some things in government. We got to get a hold to some things that change the mindset of people in our community and get these guns out of these kids' hands and all of these other things. I had posted that, maybe we need some stiffer penalties that gonna cause them to think twice about even having them. And we really need to stand up and push toward that, because this is our community. These are our kids. These are our people, and we don't want that blemish here in our city. So, my idea and thought is, can we come up with ways that try to control this idea of folk thinking that everybody want to have guns, everybody want to shoot, everybody want to hurt somebody, and the meaning of life. We got to change that aspect as we change our infrastructure so that Macon can rise back up and be the city that everybody want to come to. Because believe me, if I'm on the outside looking in, I'm not going to want to go somewhere where if I walk down the street, I'm thinking that I'm going to lose my life just walking down the street. That perception has to change. We can overlook it or push it off to the side because it's not my family, so that don't have nothing to do with me. No, it's all of our family. And it's all of our people, that the world is looking at and talking about. So we need to come together and pull together and pull up a way to cause people to live again and love life. Every day that I wake up, this is what I'm pushing for. The backdrop of everything that I stand for and everything that I have is about the God that I serve. God is going to make a way. I pray every day, and I try to come up with ways and ideas every day of how we can do that. The city is changing. It's changing in a beautiful way, and it's beautiful. Downtown is beautiful. The crowds are coming down here and stuff like that, but we got to grab a hold and lay hold to these things before they get worse, because as the city grows downtown, this is where everybody is going to gravitate to. And those are the things that we don't want. We don't want the negative vibes here in downtown. We don't want the negative vibes nowhere in Macon. So let's turn around and pull together and try to figure out what can we do to stop this, or what can we do to slow this, or what can we do to change this. Just like I said, we got to change the mindset. If you don't change the mindset, you're going to have a beautiful place with dangerous people and dangerous individuals and uncaring individuals. I know you care, and I know I care, but how do we get out and cause the rest of our city to care like we care, to be concerned like we be concerned, and to not hurt one another, maim one another? One thing about that is it go way past color, way past race, way past creed, and all of that stuff. We got to try to find a way to protect our city, and we got to find a way to protect one another while we protect our city. That's where the drawing gonna come in. That's where everybody's gonna want to come here and work, come here and live, and come here and play. And thank you all for that moment. I just want you all to know that that's what I'm working toward. Let's continue to do great things in the city of Macon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Frazier. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. No points of personal privilege. No other people have signed up to talk to us. Brings us to the end of our agenda. Can I get a motion to adjourn? We've got a motion to adjourn without objection. We are adjourned.